Hello and welcome to another enlightening episode of the Merging Life and Money Show. I am your host, Marie-Jo César. If this is your first time joining in, thank you for being here. Today, I'm inviting you on a transformative journey through the world of financial emotional intelligence. In this episode, I will be unveiling the multifaceted realm of financial wellness, offering you tangible insights and actionable advice. And for my high earning professionals out there, especially the formidable women among us, this episode holds some tailored gems designed just for you. So tell me, have you ever felt that despite all your efforts, you just can't seem to reach those financial goals, as if there is some puzzle piece you might be missing? And yes, I mentioned financial emotional intelligence a few moments ago. So, what am I talking about when I say financial emotional intelligence? Well, it is a powerful blend of knowledge, attitude, and skills all coming together to shape our money habits and guide our financial decisions. The point is that when you elevate your financial EQ or emotional quotient, you arm yourself with a sharper, more critical perspective, especially when deciding where to spend, save, or invest. And trust me, once you start harnessing this, not only you will find confidence in handling your personal finances, but you will also cultivate an environment where you just truly begin to thrive financially. Welcome to the Merging Life and Money Show. Grab your notepads and find a comfy spot as I am ready to unpack the foundational elements of financial emotional intelligence. I will address the following 3 points: the framework of financial well being. There, I would unravel the essence of financial wellness, dig into its vital components, and highlight the differences between financial health and financial wellness. Let me say that they are the same, right? Then I will look at empowering through knowledge and responsibility. This topic truly resonates with me, okay? Knowledge is the next best thing. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Understanding the ins and outs of financial wisdom is a game changer for your well being. Seriously, it's like having a backstage pass to long term financial security that seems so out of reach for many of you. And trust me, embracing fiscal responsibility is not just trendy, it is transformational. And lastly, I will look at application, okay, managing money and real life success. Here is where things get hands on. I will talk about some money management techniques that have been absolute lifesavers for me. So, beyond just techniques, I will guide you through actionable steps to elevate your financial wellness game. And just to show you the willpower of effective money management, I've got a compelling case study that is sure to inspire you. So, before getting into it, let me give the show some context. In my years as a financial wellness strategist, I've encountered so many talented individuals, just like you, feeling a tad lost in their financial journey. It made me realize that there was a gap, not in knowledge, but in emotional connection to our finances. This inspired me to delve deeper and bring forth the concept of financial emotional intelligence. So today, I'm thrilled to share these insights with you, hoping to bridge that gap and help you truly connect with your financial self. All right, having laid down that context, let's get into the heart of today's discussion. Think of it like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with only a few pieces. Frustrating, isn't it? That's pretty much how most of us handle our financial journey, missing pieces and all. To see the whole picture, we need all the pieces. So let's start by finding that crucial corner piece, the framework of financial well being. First on my list is defining financial wellness. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of what it truly means. Financial wellness is gaining traction in today's world. It encompasses your financial health, which means having the necessary knowledge and expertise to make sound economic decisions and developing a healthy attitude towards money, which will eventually help you achieve your life goals. So, this includes understanding how investment works, budgeting your expenses wisely, and saving adequately for retirement. These are all crucial aspects of being financially secure. So, my question to you is, have you taken any steps to ensure your own financial wellness? I ask the question simply because achieving financial wellness is not just about making smart investments and saving for retirement. It's also about developing strong emotional intelligence to handle your finances. So, intelligence, or EI, is the ability to understand, recognize, control, and manage our own emotions as well as those of others in relation to money. So, if you want to achieve financial security, EI plays a crucial role in helping you make wise decisions regarding your assets and ensuring that your long term goals are met with confidence. So, have you considered how emotionally intelligent you've been when handling finances? And how will it help ensure a successful financial future? Having emotional intelligence can provide insight into what matters most in terms of attaining long term wealth or success with any other type of investment. It's important to understand the significance of EI for financial stability and prosperity. Therefore, developing effective control over one's emotions is key to achieve true financial safety and assurance for a brighter future. After all, having control over your feelings involves understanding how your thoughts influence your attitude, which eventually leads you to your goals, whether they are related to finances or not. So, when it comes to managing finances, having a higher level of emotional intelligence can be extremely beneficial. So, those who can identify and respond appropriately to their emotions related to money management are much less likely than others without this self awareness skill set to fall into debt traps or make poor investment decisions based solely on emotion over logic. This skill set requires a lot of self discipline to stay focused on short term pleasures and future needs, knowing that there will likely be obstacles along the way. I will add that budgeting tools, goal setting tactics, and market cycles when investing help you handle potential losses while staying focused on overall goals. And with greater control over emotional responses relating to personal finance, you may be more successful in the long term no matter what life throws your way. So, now let's look at the key components of financial well being. Achieving financial wellness is all about taking a holistic approach to managing your finances. It's not just about making good and sound decisions that will bring positive changes in your life, but also ensuring you have the resources and expertise needed for successful money management, both now and in the future. So, to reach this goal, there are some vital elements of financial health that must be addressed. One such element being budgeting. Budgeting plays a big part in anyone's journey toward achieving complete financial well being. It allows you to plan ahead so that your spending aligns with your overall goals, whether they are short term or long term. Also, asking yourself, how can I ensure my daily expenses do not exceed my income, could help you get closer to reaching those objectives. Trust me, having a budget is really important for many reasons. It helps you identify your sources of income, monitor how much you are spending, and plan ahead for upcoming expenses so that it's easier to prioritize what needs the most attention when allocating funds, such as paying off debts or saving up money for retirement, for example. It's also essential to get an understanding of compound interest and its role in investing. This can help ensure that your investment strategy is tailored toward achieving financial goals, such as preparing adequately for retirement. So, can you imagine being able to retire sooner than expected because you understand the power of compounding? I will add that learning how to properly manage credit cards and other forms of debt like student loan or car loans is another essential part of achieving financial well-being. Also, developing strategies for managing these kinds of debts can save you money in the long run by reducing interest costs while freeing up more cash flow each month that could be used toward investments, savings, or needs and or wants. I want to take a look at insurance coverage as well because insurance coverage also plays a major role when it comes to overall financial wellness. It offers protection from potential risks if covered with proper policies, such as life insurance, health insurance, or homeowners renters insurance. So tell me, have you thought about what kind of policy suits your individual situation? It may seem daunting, but having this knowledge will help you protect yourself against future uncertainties. Now that I've broken down the key components of financial well being, let's zero in on something I find incredibly important: the notion of financial health. You might ask, how is that different from wellness? But I'm glad you are curious. So let's distinguish between the two and dive into the profound impact financial health has on your overall well being. It's been said that the old phrase, you are what you eat, can be swiped for a new one when it comes to financial health. You are what you spend. This is because having good financial health is just as important as maintaining your physical and mental well being. It affects you both in the present and in the future. But getting an accurate picture of your own monetary well being takes more than glancing at how much money lies dormant in your bank account. It also requires analyzing income versus expenses each month, plus looking into where all those funds have gone. It's important to be honest with yourself when it comes to assessing any debts or obligations that may burden your finances. So, this gives you a better understanding of where you stand financially, allowing for more confident decisions based on fact rather than fear and confusion. Doing this ensures that the choices you make align with your individual goals and needs so that they are as beneficial as possible. It is a fact that having a handle on finances is key, and it starts with understanding your financial situation. So, to do this, you should track all the money coming in, income sources, as well as any expenses, debts, or assets over time. So, by doing so, patterns will emerge that can help shape where to set goals for yourself going forward. But how exactly does one go about tracking such information? By understanding where your money is being spent each month, you can gain greater control of that spending. That means breaking down expenses into categories such as food costs, rent or mortgage payments, and loan repayments. Additionally, tracking assets like savings accounts will give clarity on potential investments or long term savings goals for better financial health in the future. Taking these steps to learn more about your finances gives you the chance to be in charge instead of feeling like you are at a disadvantage because you don't know enough about your money or your spending habits, which could, by the way, be affected by things like family dynamics or lifestyle choices, which could affect your buying power over time if you don't keep an eye on them. This is where planning ahead comes in. Now, moving on to the second point of today's episode, which is empowering through knowledge and responsibility. I always believe that with the right knowledge and responsibility comes a sense of security. But what does it truly mean to achieve financial security, especially in the long run? Let's look into the heart of it and envision together a future that not just secure, but also prosperous. I will start by exploring the role of financial knowledge in wellness, as mentioned previously. Understanding that fundamental financial concepts are critical to achieving financial wellness. Let's say that financial knowledge can be acquired in a variety of ways, such as taking courses, doing research on the internet, and reading books about finances. Knowing how money works, including budgeting and investment options, insurance coverage, taxes, and debt management. All these topics are part of this type of information that will help you become financially savvy. By the way, if you feel like delving deeper into finance basics, formal education might be beneficial as well. So be ready, as some questions may arise when exploring each your relationship with your personal income, and they are: how much should I save? What investment should I make? What form of protection do I need for myself and my family? And the answers that you come up with could determine your financial security now and in later life stages. That is why having a solid grasp of financials can help you become more reliable and capable of making sensible choices regarding your cash. So, this wisdom enables you to measure the pros and cons of different currency situations before deciding on any single selection. For example, when exploring an investment opportunity, it might be advantageous for someone with a higher level of money savvy to examine various sources for data before making financial decisions about where they should place their capital. All I can say is that understanding finances correctly is vital because having knowledge in this area provides key benefits that you otherwise would not possess. Furthermore, having a good understanding of finances is super important as it allows you to identify any potential risks linked with certain investments. So this could save you from making expensive blunders later on in life. Not only this, but being financially savvy can help you spot the warning flags associated with frauds or scams, which might put your money at risks if you were not alert enough to dodge them beforehand. It's all about staying one step ahead, right? Not to mention that it is important to be a savvy consumer So you could tell when something sounds too good to be true. And if someone is asking for more personal information than necessary. So knowing your finances will help you stay within your limits while also helping with short term goals like vacations or long term ones such as retirement saving plans while keeping you out of debt. So this forms an essential foundation that allows you not only to live in the moment, but also to plan ahead for tomorrow's unknowns. So, with this knowledge, you have peace of mind, knowing that your current and future situations are secured against financial distress. Now, let's focus on achieving financial security for long term benefits and how having a vision for a secure future is integral to our financial well being. Money is intricate and influential. It can provide security or leave you feeling vulnerable. Achieving financial well being involves attaining financial security, which is not always easy. It requires knowledge, discipline, and planning to build a solid economic foundation that will last for years. Understanding the basics of personal finance and developing strong emotional intelligence when addressing monetary issues are crucial. You should ask yourself this question: have I built a sturdy financial foundation? What should I consider for long term stability? I can tell you that organizing your finances is a crucial initial step toward long term financial security. Developing and adhering to a monthly budget helps you understand where your money is going, thus enabling you to make necessary adjustments when needed. Being aware of your income and expenditure facilitates better future planning, whether it's contributing to retirement accounts or saving for significant expenses like purchasing a car or purchasing a house. Also, asking yourself, how can I optimize your current funds can guide you in the right direction. And lastly, securing a stable financial future also involves understanding and improving your emotional connection with money, known as financial emotional intelligence or FEI. FEI involves being aware of your financial perspectives and the influences of those around you, such as family, partners, or friends who may have different money management ideas. So, understanding this varying opinion is key to comprehending your cash flow patterns. For example, answering the question, why do I invest here instead of there, may involve recognizing another person's perspective on financial matters. Developing FEI starts by identifying your core beliefs about money, the why behind your financial decisions. Then you can learn to manage these emotions when making spending or investment decisions, ensuring you make informed choices without being swayed by others' contrasting opinions. Understanding the impact of individual belief on decision making helps maintain focus despite external pressures. And ultimately, personal FEI fosters self awareness, leading to sound financial practices in life. It's also essential to consider your risk tolerance when planning for long term financial security. This involves determining the investments you are comfortable with to maximizing profits while minimizing risks. From stocks and bonds to real estate, depending on your goals and desired income over time. Moreover, comparing potential returns with other available options at specific points in your wealth building journey is crucial for planning and sustaining success through thorough research and foresight. Now that we've understood the importance of emotional intelligence in managing our finances, let me delve deeper into the concept of fiscal responsibility and explore how it can significantly influence your overall well being, both morally and practically. Understanding and managing your emotions about money is a crucial part of being financially savvy. This is especially important for achieving long term financial prosperity. I will add that it's vital for you to understand your emotional responses to spending and saving. So, when you're aware of the emotional triggers associated with your financial decisions, you are more likely to make logical choices that support your overall financial well being. For example, you will be asking yourself these questions: should I take advantage of this opportunity now or wait until later? Do my current needs outweigh any future gains? So, asking yourself these questions can provide insights into your finances and ultimately prevent you from making short sighted mistakes in your decision making process going forward. At the end of the day, being fiscally responsible is crucial when it comes to managing your money. Paying bills on time and keeping debt level low bring a sense of relief and reduces stress related to finances. Additionally, creating budget plans or setting up automated transfers into savings accounts are great ways for you to develop healthy fiscal habits instead of making sudden decisions in moment of panic or fear. For many, staying fiscally responsible means understanding spending patterns and the reason behind financial decisions. I would suggest that if you find it difficult to control your impulses or avoid bad investments, take some time to analyze what drives you towards certain financial actions and figure out if those behaviors may have negative impact down the road. So, getting help from financial professionals can also be beneficial depending on your individual situation and financial management objectives that require expert support. Now that I have established the importance of emotional intelligence and fiscal responsibility in achieving financial well being, let's address the third and final point of today's episode: the practical application of these concepts. How can you actively manage your money to ensure real life success? Let's explore some strategies and tips that can guide you on this journey. Managing money is crucial for achieving financial well being, without a doubt. It involves making smart decisions about spending, saving, and investing to ensure a secure future. I mentioned that before. Unfortunately, many people are not aware of how to manage their finances properly. Understanding proper money management strategies can help you achieve better fiscal stability and financial security. A crucial financial strategy, often overlooked, is budgeting, where wise decision making is essential. Budgeting helps you decide what you want now versus later. It teaches you conscious spending habits and enables careful planning for long term goals like retirement or college savings, two incredibly important aspects of overall wealth management throughout life. So, why don't more people do this? The fact remains that without accounting for unexpected expenses of or miscellaneous costs incurred along the way, budgeting may be inconvenient but critical for true financial success over time. So creating a budget helps you Monitor your income and spending, making it easier to understand where your funds are going and how much money is available for various expenses or investment. It also allows you to identify areas where too many resources may be expended or where funds could be saved or invested more profitably. Not only will this help you achieve fiscal objectives like saving, investing for retirement, but it also enables faster debt repayment. Have you ever considered creating your personal budget? Paying attention to how you spend your money is vital. Tracking spending online or with apps like Mint or YNAB, you need a budget, can be helpful. Regularly reviewing bank statements and monitoring habits can also alert you before major issues arise later. This is especially important for those with limited budget and flexibility. In fact, knowing where every dollar goes can make the difference between living freely and feeling constantly trapped. So tell me, do you know what your hard earned dollars are doing every month? I will tell you that greater control over spending enables informed decisions about where to splurge and when to wait or skip a purchase. Equally important, practicing mindful spending by buying only what you need instead of succumbing to wants can help maintain budgets while allowing occasional luxuries without emptying your bank account. Similarly, asking questions like, do I really need this? Or will this purchase last long enough that I'm not just throwing money away? Ensures that each purchase is necessary, leading to better budgeting practices overall. I would also say that mindful spending prevents buyer's remorse. That's a fact. So before making large purchases, research and consider if it's necessary just to avoid regrets from lack of knowledge. Setting financial wellness goals also motivates. So start with short term objectives like saving for a vacation or long term ones like buying a house. This way, smaller milestones provide satisfaction until true wealth is achieved over time. So, to control personal finances and achieve total financial well being, learning good money management techniques is essential. Now, having discussed various money management techniques for better finances and tangible steps for immediate improvement, it is clear that being financially secure involves just more than budgeting and saving. It's also about understanding and managing your emotional relationship with money. This leads us to the next important aspect of financial well being: financial emotional intelligence. So, let's now delve into the steps to improve your personal financial wellness by building a roadmap to financial emotional intelligence, or FEI. Because recognizing that financial emotional intelligence is a cornerstone of financial wellness is crucial. It empowers me and you to pinpoint our finance related emotions and make informed decisions. This ability can lead to smarter financial choices, lower stress, increase savings, and even improve overall health. So, to optimize your chances to achieving financial stability, you must work on enhancing your financial emotional intelligence. The first step is to comprehend your values and beliefs about money. What motivates you? How does this belief influence your financial management? What role does money play in your life I can tell you that answering these questions can offer a clearer perspective on how to manage funds for the best results in the future. You know, we all have unique perspective on money, right? Its meaning and how we should use it for various aspects of our lives. And these are our core values or money scripts. Trust me. Understanding your individual core values is incredibly helpful when deciding how you want to manage your finances. It not only aids in better evaluating the financial choices you make, but also diminishes any anxiety surrounding them. But do you know where your emotional blind spots might be? The subsequent step is to learn how to manage emotion effectively and appropriately while making financial decisions leading to more informed outcomes. I will also add that controlling impulsive behavior is key. So take a moment to reflect before making any purchase or investment. Ponder the potential impact of fear on your decision making and be conscious of potential biases influencing it. Additionally, recognize how emotions can shape your spending habits and understand irrational money related behaviors such as gambling or excessive shopping. Equally important is having strategies for dealing with debt, okay, if you aim for long term success in managing your finances. Let me say that this could involve better budgeting and responsible credit card use. On the other hand, what else do you need beside discipline? I will say creating a budget that aligns with your income levels, as mentioned before, and considers lifestyle goals like saving for retirement or the occasional travel, as it requires both discipline and patience. This will make debt manageable while still allowing some flexibility. Regularly reviewing investment ensures that they are on track to achieve your desired goals without unnecessary risk exposure. This involves evaluating asset allocations to be properly diversified across stocks, bonds, cash equivalent, etc. Staying informed about market changes and making adjustment as needs evolve over time. All these steps collectively contributes to building strong financial emotional intelligence, ultimately leading to greater overall financial wellness in the long run. Having understood the crucial role of financial emotional intelligence in our financial wellness journey and the step to enhance it, let's now delve into a real life scenario. This will help you see how the application of money management techniques can make a significant difference in your financial situation. I'm going to explore a case study that showcases the successful application of money management. When it comes to achieving financial well being, money management is key. Financial emotional intelligence of or FEI helps you make better decisions with your finances and take control of them. And to illustrate the impact that such an important practice can have on your overall wealth, let's look at a case study featuring a married couple in their early 30s who had recently graduated from college and were looking for ways to manage their finances effectively. They wanted to create stability for themselves while also pursuing personal goals such as paying off debt and saving up for something big. But how could they do this? When they started managing their money, they immediately saw that living paycheck to paycheck with nothing saved up for the future was not going to get them anywhere. So they knew that something had to change if they ever hoped for any financial security in the long run. So this motivated couple decided that it was time to begin taking some basic financial steps, such as tracking spending habits, setting a budget, and establishing saving goals, both big and small. These steps included building an emergency fund and retirement plans, as well as keeping aside enough cash to eventually buy property or cars someday in the future. They also made sure to establish automated transfers into different accounts so that money could be transferred without them having to remember to do it manually every month. This way, they could make sure that money was spent and saved in the right way, not only now, but also for the rest of their lives together. So, how amazing is that? You can see that having a little bit set aside each month can help significantly when making future investment. It also demonstrates that this couple had a great handle on their financial and emotional intelligence. They took the initiative to manage their finances better, having more control over where they were putting money each month. This included setting aside funds for unexpected expenses, as well as longer term targets with achievable deadlines. Doing this gave them flexibility when choosing which projects or investments made sense in both the short and long term. Additionally, understanding budgeting was key in giving them peace of mind when making decisions about how to allocate resources toward their objectives instead of feeling overwhelmed by mounting bills without any direction forward, ultimately leading them to a better financial situation by helping them plan ahead instead of reacting to things they cannot control, like changing the stock markets. I will conclude by saying that financial emotional intelligence is the key to financial wellness. It means understanding your personal money mindset and creating practices that will lead to better financial habits. Furthermore, it requires connecting with money emotionally, since it can help build a healthier relationship with money in general. At the end of the day, to master finances and achieve security, you need to focus on improving your financial IQ, emotional well being, and establishing a positive attitude toward finance in particular. With proper tools and knowledge, you can become proficient at wealth management. You just have to have the right guidance. And I will take this opportunity to say that if you are curious about your financial personality and how it might help you make smart decisions with money, I have the answer. This quiz is just what the doctor ordered. It will give you a better understanding of your personal values, experiences, and goals that shapes how you handle finances. Plus, when you complete it, you will get personalized advice on ways to improve or sustain where things are now. So don't waste any time. Take my financial personality quiz today and start making smarter choices for yourself tomorrow. The link will be in the show notes. And if you are watching the live podcast, just scan the QR code on my backdrop. Now, before I end this episode, let me briefly reflect on our enlightening conversation today. First, I talk about the framework of financial well being and discuss the true meaning of financial wellness, its key components, and its impact on overall well being. It emphasized the importance of understanding financial health and distinguishing it from financial wellness. The second point was about empowering through knowledge and responsibility. In this section, I focused on the role of financial knowledge and the importance of achieving financial security for long-term benefits. I also talked about the moral and practical implications of fiscal responsibility on well-being. And lastly, I focused on application and talked about managing money and real life success. I provided tangible steps for immediate improvement in finances and building a roadmap toward financial emotional intelligence. I also gave real life example in a case study to inspire and motivate you. So, as we reflect on today's journey through financial wellness, let's remember that our financial well being is not an isolated part of our lives, but deeply integrated into our daily routines, our choices, and ultimately our overall well being. It's not just about the numbers in our bank accounts, but about feeling secure, empowered, and capable of handling life's challenges. Now, I have a small but powerful request for each one of you listening. I urge you all to take a proactive step today. Reflect on your current financial well being and pledge to incorporate just one, just one of the techniques or steps we discussed today into your routine. It could be as simple as tracking your daily expenses or setting a small savings goal. Whatever it is, make a commitment to yourself. Okay? Let's support and uplift each other in mastering our financial emotional intelligence. And with that, folks, I have reached the end of this enlightening episode. And as you know, I like to end my show with a quote, and today I chose one from Elizabeth Gilbert, and it reads, "Your emotions are the slaves to your thoughts, and you are the slave to your emotions." And before I sign off from today's episode, I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude to you all, my listeners and followers. Thank you for joining another episode of the Merging Life and Money Life podcast. Your pursuit of financial wisdom and well being is not only commendable, but also incredibly inspiring. It's listeners like you, committed to personal growth and financial empowerment, that make this podcast so worthwhile. And lastly, a gentle reminder and invitation to all of my listeners: do subscribe to my podcast and stay connected with me on social media. I am your host, Marie-Jo César. I will be back again next week. Same time, same place. Until then, continue merging life and money with grace, compassion, and wisdom. Bye for now.